This is Ray.
And this is Andy.
And this is FDS Local Sports.
What's up, Ray?
Andy, where the heck were you?
I was out of town, parts unknown.
We searched all over the place for you.
Oh, really?
The RCMP had a picture of you on their website.
Yet nobody called me, no nothing. The RCMP around here are not very efficient.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm glad you're back safe and sound.
It's great to be here.
Glad you're back.
In a new locker room.
Jeannie was stressed out.
Yeah.
We had a tough time picking out a locker room last week without you.
Well, she lined up another good one this week because I wasn't here to arrange this either. Not bad.
Looks like a pretty good locker room, boys.
Looks pretty solid.
Andy, let's talk some football.
Let's go.
We're going to start off with the AUS.
Okay.
Because there was two exciting games in the AUS this weekend. The first game took place on Friday nights under the lights down in Halifax. Acadia was going down to play St. Mary's and had Acadia. If Acadia wins this game,
yep,
they would have been tied for first
place.
Tied
for first place. Wow.
With St. Mary's.
Yep.
I may have given it away already.
I think you may have. It's all good. What happened, Ray?
St. Mary's wins this game 26-16.
And is now in sole possession of first place.
Sole possession of first place. Caleb Scott, I mean, this kid is an unbelievable quarterback. Andy, he hits 9 receivers in this game.
Excellent.
And leads the team in rushing once again.
Yep.
He goes for a total of 17 for 27, 229 yards with a touchdown, and rushes the ball 5 times for 53 yards. This kid is a superior athlete.
He's an exceptional quarterback. I mean, you really see a difference when he's out there. It's unbelievable, and he's the team. He's he's got a lot of good players with him, but at the end of the day, he's the engine.
There's only one thing I'm not happy about with this Caleb Scott. Do you know what that is, Andy?
Did he say something to you on the field? Or?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he's a perfect gentleman on the field.
Okay, then what's the issue?
I've reached out to him twice now for an interview with First Down Sports Podcast, and we haven't heard from him yet.
Ray gets
Come on, Caleb.
Yeah.
I need to hear from you so we can have a voice from St. Mary's to talk about what's going on in Halifax.
Yeah, it's hard on his ego, Caleb. I understand. I mean, half the time I don't want to reply either, but one of these days, please.
Yes.
Just for my sake.
It was a pretty good football game. Just to mention a couple other, our buddy Hunter Gennard from Acadia goes 191 yards, touchdown, 2 interceptions on this game.
Excellent.
Dale Wright runs for 92 yards. And our good buddy Glodin Mullally,
yep, Glodin.
Right?
Yep.
He had 43 yards receiving and a touchdown as well.
Awesome.
So Acadia, they're going to bounce back from this.
Sure, for sure.
They're both very strong teams, and I look forward to see what's going to happen with the AUS as we move on.
Absolutely. What's next?
Let's talk the next AUS game, which took place on Saturday. St. X was visiting your Mount Allison Mounties.
Excellent.
It was homecoming game down in Sackville.
Yeah, I was sorry to miss it.
Yeah, and yours truly was in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So this was another very exciting game. The Mounties played very strong, Andy, very strong.
Yeah.
For 3 quarters of football.
Yeah, I've heard some rumors about some happenings in this game, Ray, that maybe you can confirm since you were on the field.
They were up 27-10 after the end of the third quarter, Andy.
I mean, I'd be feeling good at that point.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Now, Chris Reed wasn't playing in this game.
Oh, okay.
Instead, they had Keel Ambersley.
Also an excellent running back.
Awesome running back. Put up 151 yards with a touchdown.
Yeah.
Down was having a pretty good day. 213 yards with a touchdown as well.
Nice.
But guess who's on that X team that has to be mentioned?
Let's hear it.
The kid that was on our show, unlike Caleb Scott at this point, Bailey Wasdale.
Yes,
and
sir.
this is probably why he had such a good game, because he took some time to be on FDS. Bailey Wasdale, 196 yards and 2 touchdowns, Andy.
Excellent.
X made a fourth quarter comeback. Was unbelievable. They put up 25 points in the fourth quarter alone.
Yep.
To come from behind and steal this game from Mount A.
All right. Now, I've heard stories about this, so I'm going to throw a few points out here, and you can either confirm or not confirm for me, if you don't mind. I hear the wind was a big factor in the fourth quarter.
The wind was a big factor throughout the game.
Okay. And Mount Allison, of course, their home field, they should be very used to this wind.
Anybody from Sackville knows there's wind in Sackville.
I heard that perhaps the Mounties may have not just on one occasion, but on 2 occasions decided to take a knee in the end zone and give up 2 points. True or false?
I'm going to plead the fifth on that.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if I want to confirm or deny that, Andy.
Okay. All right.
But all I can tell you is if you go to the AUS website and check out the box score and read the play-by-play summary, you can find out if there was 2 fourth-quarter safeties taken by the Mounties.
Yeah, and I believe that's exactly what happened. And all I can say is in some cases that's a very smart move. In this particular case, I think it blew up in their face twice, and you don't want to make the same mistake twice. Giving up the points is worth it in some cases, but on a day where the wind was right in their faces
in that fourth quarter,
giving up the 2 points. I mean, obviously, Coach Waterman is going to say, "All right, you kick it to me." Then,
yeah,
he's not going to take it way back on the other side of the field. And sure, you're gaining a few extra yards to move ahead and kick the ball out, but at the end of the day, with the wind howling like that, I heard it wasn't worth it. You just confirmed it for me. Listen, Mount A, I love you, but for the rest of the show, just for the rest of the show.
Mounties. Oh, no.
I'm going to sport a winner this week.
Oh, boy. We'll be talking about this later.
Just for the rest of the show.
The rest of the show.
All right. I'll get over it.
Let's talk about your U Sports University football top 10.
All right.
Western leads it at 3-0. Laval 3-0. Calgary's in third place 3-0. Montreal Laurier are 4th and 5th 2-1. Carleton University, where our good buddy Chris Hopkins is at.
Yep.
They're at 3-1 right now. And in 7th place, Andy, your St. Mary's University Huskies are ranked in 7th right now, 3-0. And Regina, Saskatchewan, and Guelph follow up the bottom 3 of the top 10. But that's pretty exciting to have an AUS team in the top 10 across.
And they've found their way into this list quite often. And I'm obviously taking out Acadia. They deserve to be there again. So coming up this week in the AUS, both on Saturday the 29th, both 2 p.m. starts from the looks of it. St. Mary's will be visiting St. FX. And Mount A is going to rebound on the road, Ray. They're going to Bishops.
All right. There you go.
I can feel it.
You're going to feel it?
Big rebound.
All right. There you go. You heard it first from Andy Jardine. Let's get over to some high school football.
Let's go.
You want to talk some high school football? Let's start in the 12-man, because on the 12-man, we had a huge game on Friday night here in Moncton.
Okay.
Tantramar was taking on Moncton High.
All right.
In one of the biggest games on the schedule in the 12-man football season.
Absolutely, it would be.
Tantramar started this game off by scoring a touchdown, and Moncton followed up. They took the ball all the way downfield, right up until the 1-yard line, Andy. And on 3 tries, they came up with 0 points against that Tantramar defense.
Wow.
From there, Tantramar took over the game. They won this game 43-0.
Moncton High got blanked 43-0.
43-0. I'll tell you
I'm
right now.
not wearing a Moncton High hat right now. I'd be going too.
I'll tell you right now, there's a running back. His name is Oliver Longpre. You know this kid. We've talked about this kid, right?
Absolutely.
Longpre put up at least 250 yards rushing. We have no stats from either team this week, so I'm just going by memory here. But he put up at least 250 yards. This kid is all over the place. And then their quarterback, his name's escaping me.
It's Vogels.
Vogels. Justin Vogels.
Justin
Vogels. He was making plays downfield as well.
Nice.
He's got a great arm. He's very calm and patient quarterback back there.
Yep.
This team, I just don't know, and we'll find out because Fredericton's coming to town next. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anybody can touch the Tantramar Titans with the way they're playing football right now.
No, they're having one of those years for sure. I mean, Moncton, it is the Titans, and they're extremely dominant. I'd like to see Moncton High put up a much bigger fight than that. But again, look at last year. I mean, they were having a season like this. Riverview managed to go in there and steal one from them. So Scott O'Neill has to keep them, focused game to game. And you're right. As long as they can maintain that, there's no chance.
That's it.
Can they maintain it, though?
We're going to find out.
Yep.
St. John Greyhounds, they went down to Fredericton and beat them 16-14.
Nice.
And Riverview was trying to bounce back from their loss to Tantramar. They were taking on Odyssey on Saturday, and they bounced back with a 38-0 victory there as well.
Wow.
That's your 12-man update.
Can't wait to see how the power rankings move around a little bit. Denny Dwaron's power rankings this week.
That's right. It's going to be really interesting to see where Moncton and Riverview fall this week.
Oh,
right?
I think fall is the opportune word for Moncton High, maybe.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's go over to 10-man.
Let's do it.
Because, Andy, when you hear about the 10-man, we've got a couple exciting stories going on over here. James M. Hill was taking on the Matthew Martin Matadors.
Yes, sir.
And, I mean, Matthew Martin, they've been around for a long time. Not only that, but they got our buddy Dan Comfort as offensive coordinator there.
They got the comfort zone right there on the sidelines.
But James M. Hill wins this game 28-13.
You know, why did it have to be that Miramichi team? Why couldn't it be the right Miramichi team? That's what I'm wondering. But either way, congrats, James M. Hill. Wins don't come too often to them either. And I don't want to sound bitter or anything, Ray, but that's quite a rival in my life, those guys, those Tommies. But,
I bet they are.
But what's going on, Matadors? What's going on, Dan Comfort? Give us a call. Let's talk about it. Give us an exclusive or something on this.
We need something.
What's happening?
There's got to be something going on there.
Tommies get the win. Come on. All right. Anyway, let's move on.
Let's move on. Kennebec High School, they knock off St. Malachy's 31-6. And then in another exciting game, the Ormucto High School was taking on Harrison Tremble here at Harrison Tremble.
Yep.
And knocked them off 21-16.
Harrison Tremble, a loss in the...
Yeah.
Is this their first 10-man division loss?
First loss of the year for the Tremble.
All right, well,
yeah. That
had to eventually happen.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. Your buddies, Miramichi Valley, they were taking on Bernice McNaughton.
And now that's a rough one. That's a rough opponent. I can't wait till they play perhaps the Matadors or maybe even James M. Hill. River Bowl. River Bowl's coming up.
They lost that game 58-0.
Ooh, yep.
How about Castors Nation?
The Castor.
ESA's hosting Simons High School.
Yep.
They got win number 2, Andy, 27-21.
I like that you're calling them that too instead of saying Beavers. The new high school website put Beavers in brackets. Why would you do that?
They're not the
Beavers. They are not the Beavers.
It's Castors Nation.
100%.
All right?
Big win.
Copyrighted here at First Down Sports Podcast.
Hashtag Castors Nation.
Rosse taking on Harborview.
Yeah.
We got a couple mutual or close scores here, similar scores.
Yep.
Rosse beats Harborview 49-0.
That was a whooping.
They took a bit of a whooping there.
Yeah.
Now, I got some really exciting news, Andy. You've been away for a little bit. You weren't expecting this. I know you are going to be very surprised by this. But for our next game, a game between St. Stephen and Sussex, down in St. Stephen.
Okay.
We have somebody on location right now to give us an update from St. Stephen.
He's still there.
Still
in St. Stephen right now.
He's stuck around for the local sports update to give us our update.
Well, let's hear it. Who is it?
So, to further ado, I'm going to let him introduce himself. Here we go to St. Stephen.
Hey everyone, so this is Denny Dwaron here reporting live from beautiful St. Stephen. I've been here for 4 days waiting for Ray and Andy to let me do my broadcast, so it's been a little rough, but it's time to get it done so I can come back home. So good game here. It was actually a 49-0 victory for the St. Stephen Spartans. It's been a tough few weeks for Sussex. They simply, they were in this game at some points. First quarter, it looked good. It was, it was hard fought, but I think the depth of St. Stephen is what exactly took over the game for them. They have about 8 running backs there. Honestly, about 8 running backs. With the inverted wing, it just took control of the game. So, a few stats here for St. Stephen. Leading the way was Cal Stewart. Good running back there. He actually ran for a 12.9 yards per carry of an average. He had 10 carries for 129 yards and 1 touchdown. So he really took over the game alone. Hunter Milligan, their other running back, he ran for 73 yards in the game, 10 carries as well. St. Stephen, as we've all seen over the last 10 years. That inverted wing, they have so many athletes touching the ball at different times, and you don't know who has the ball. Their power back, Joe Grant, he added 23 yards in the game. He's their big bruiser, so we're going to see more of him. They didn't need to use him as much. Sussex was actually stopping the runs up the middle. St. Stephen got more of their yards on the outside. Not many passes in this game. The wind was a factor, as you can see behind me, the stuff blowing around. The wind was quite the big factor, so only 7 passes were attempted in the game. The quarterback did, however, throw for 1 touchdown. So, you know, some passing, but not as much as we thought. I did try to get some interviews with the St. Stephen and Sussex coaching staff. They both denied to comment. They were probably wondering why I was here trying to do an interview. So I'm still waiting for them to come, but it's been 3 days, so I don't think they're coming either. So we'll maybe see you again next week if they decide to send me at some other game, you know, but that's it for me now. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys. I don't know when, but we'll see you guys again.
Wow, Ray, that was a treat. The fact that Denis still there right now is shows dedication.
He still has a 3-hour drive back.
My gosh, this guy's taken our website to the next level with his power rankings and his spot-on predictions. And now he's taken this show to the next level with his on-site reporting, where he just apparently waits there until we need him.
It's unbelievable.
I'm very impressed.
This kid is a go-getter.
Yeah,
go-getter.
For sure. Yeah. Denny, come on home there now, though.
It's time to come home.
There's only so many things to do in St. Stephen.
Time to come home.
Yeah, all right. Let's talk a little week 2 AFL.
Yeah, AFL. Now, Andy, we talked about this real briefly last year. Do you remember what the AFL is?
Vaguely.
It's a junior football program. So this is for kids between the age of 18 and 22.
Yep.
And I would love to talk more about this product if UDM, University de Moncton, would only get a team. It's about time that this city has a team on that beautiful stadium that we would love to go watch a football game at.
100%.
All right?
Yeah, let's do it.
But let's talk about week 2. UNB Fredericton was taking on Dalhousie and Dal wins this game 34-31.
Ooh, that's a close one. That was probably exciting. We
have some good friends at Holland College that played for the Island Mariners from the MFL team.
Yeah.
And they were taking on UNB St. John in St. John and won that game 35-6.
Wow.
So Holland College and Dalhousie, they look like the 2 top teams in this division right now, although UNB Fredericton's always there as well. And guess what, Andy? You're going to be very excited because Dal is heading to Holland College this weekend, and who knows, maybe we'll make the trip as well.
Maybe.
You never know.
Maybe.
You never know. I got one more thing to talk about, and you're going to love this subject.
What do you got?
You loved this subject in the spring.
Yeah.
Black Tide Rugby, Andy.
Okay.
Black Tide Rugby.
As long as it's not Mountain Woods Golf, I'm all over this.
No, we finished that up last week. We talked about it.
Oh, perfect.
Moncton. Black Tide Rugby.
Let's do it.
Is off to the finals. They're taking on Fredericton this week here in Moncton. They're taking on the Fredericton Loyalists. They beat the Belle Isle Bay Rovers this past weekend.
Belle Isle Bay Rovers. That's right. Say that.
That was tough for me.
Yeah.
But they beat that team this weekend 56-10.
Woo!
And there's a kid on that team named Matt Heaton.
Yep.
Now, Matt Heaton had 4 tries and 3 conversions to help the Black Tide get to the finals.
Wow.
And that game, again, is going this Saturday. Check out the Black Tide Facebook page for more details on that final game.
Awesome.
That's all I have for sports this week, Andy.
Sounds good.
I'm glad you're back on the set.
I'm glad to be here as well. Thanks again to Denis for hanging out in St. Stephen.
Fantastic.
Hopefully he gives us a call if he runs into any car trouble or anything.
Watch out for a guy down there named Jeff McGinley. You got to be very aware of him, Denny. Be very aware of him.
Yeah, I hope he's not actually still there when he gets to see this video.
I hope not.
I don't even think we need to talk to him directly. Catch you next week, guys.
Have a great week. Enjoy the games.
Later.